Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Wrong Turn 3, Left for Dead. Honestly, that's an appropriate title for this movie because it should have been after part 1. Our movie starts off with 4 river rafting friends who take a wrong turn, and 3 of the 4 friends wind up getting killed off by the mutant, toxic waste drinking, inbred hillbilly family who was on a reality show in the last one, and yeah, it's just too hard to try to keep up. So 3 of the 4 friends on the river rafting trip get killed off. But our main story is all about a prison transfer that goes completely wrong, as prison guard Nate, Willie, an undercover agent, Walter and Preslow, who are just basically helping out, and our fellow prisoners Crawford, Floyd, Brandon, and Chavez wind up getting their bus overturned when a barbed wire trap on the road winds up wrecking the bus and pretty much taking everybody into a wreck that looks not quite as cool as the one in The Fugitive, but yeah. Well, to make a long story short, they're all hunted down by members of the family. In fact, Three Fingers is the one who pretty much does all the work, because one of the members of the family tries to attack the prisoners and everybody else, but he winds up getting killed off by, I believe it was Chavez, I think. Not really sure. Or it could have been Crawford, who knows. It's a forgettable movie. Anyway, Three Fingers swears vengeance, I guess, and winds up getting his revenge on the prisoners, the guards, and just anybody he can. In fact, I think only one guy did not get killed off by Three Finger in the movie, and that was, I believe, the driver of the bus. He winds up getting his head blown off by one of the prisoners. Don't ask me who. I'm trying to forget this movie ever existed. Anyway, they meet up with Alex, the lone survivor of the river rafting massacre, and she does her best to try and help out. Well, when everybody else gets massacred, torn apart, the whole 9 yards, Alex is held hostage by Three Fingers, but she was able to free herself from the house where that was, I thought, blown up in part 2, but I don't know, they can't keep up with the series. Nate is able to get Alex into a truck and take off, but Three Fingers, of course being Three Fingers, winds up hanging on. The truck wrecks into a tree. Nate and Alex tries to get away from the truck before it explodes. Three Fingers shows up, but Brandon, who is one of the prisoners, as you remember, winds up showing up and killing Three Fingers. After that, some U.S. Marshals comes around and picks up Nate and Alex. And before the end of the movie, Nate winds up going to an abandoned armored truck that had some money in it, but Brandon shoots him with a bow and arrow, walks up, gets the money, and an unknown member of the family shows up and winds up killing Brandon. And our movie ends. So why did this movie suck? It's one of those kind of movies that started off badly, and the sequels just got much worse. The gore effects, the special effects, if you want to call them that, are probably some of the worst you've ever seen in the series, and that's saying a lot. It's just an awful, god-awful mess of a movie. Nothing looks that realistic, and I will say this much: this time around, they didn't do what they did in part 2, and that is just have some really ridiculous kills. But I mean, in part 2 they look pretty good, but in part 3 it's like they didn't even friggin' try. And you kind of get that double twist ending, you know? It's like, wait, Nate's going after the money? Wait, who shot Nate? It's Brandon. Okay, well, Brandon's going after the money. Okay. And then you see somebody, this with some sort of a sharp object ready to kill Brandon, and you're kind of at the point where you're going, who cares? So yeah, like you always get in a lot of these, lots of unlikable characters, god-awful gore special effects, really not worth watching. And sadly, there are 3 more to review, and you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be reviewing sometime in the near future. But there you guys have it, a review of Wrong Turn 3, Left 4 Dead. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that was left for something, but hopefully it left your mind after you watched it, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.